Welcome back to episode 3 in the Daily Wins Depression series, Finding the Good in Depression. And this one is building the habit of noticing, which I think is really important that we notice our wins throughout the day, the week, the month, and the year. These videos are intended to help you decrease depression, decrease any negative behaviors that you may have, and increase the healthier behaviors that you have, the ones where you want to accomplish all the things you want to accomplish, both short-term and long-term goals. So welcome back again to Daily Wins, where we've been learning how to find the good, even on the days that feel heavy. And in the first 2 episodes, we noticed why small wins matter and what truly counts as a win. Now it's time to take the next step. Now we need to capture those wins in a way that helps them sink in. So basically, so that we notice them more so than the negative behaviors that we have or the negative thoughts that we have. Because here's the truth: depression can make every good moment fade from memory, and it's easier to remember the failures, the guilt, and happiness. But a daily win log changes that for us. It becomes a soft record of our effort, our progress, and our presence. One you can look back on. Mind says, never do anything right. So today we're going to talk about why writing down wins matters, how to create your own daily win log, and what to do on the days you feel like you have no wins. So how can we get started here? We need to understand why writing down wins does really matter. So you're giving your brain evidence, right? Real, tangible proof that you're showing up in ways that do matter. Think of it like this: your brain is like a courtroom, and depression is the prosecutor that's listing everything that you have ever done wrong. And your daily win log, well, that's the quiet but powerful defense attorney saying, actually, here's what you did today that shows your strength. And over time, the log really does become our story of resilience. The small things that you didn't think were worth noting start to build up, to build a bigger picture for you. You begin to trust yourself, and you have something to look back on during those really tough days. And it's not about perfection, of course, or writing something that's profound. It's even one sentence at the end of the day can be enough for you. And so what other area do we need to know about this building the habit of noticing? Well, how to create your own daily win log. And so creating one should be really simple. It shouldn't be taxing on you, especially if you're already in depression, right? We don't want to give you another tool that will just bring on more mental exhaustion or physical exhaustion. So remember, this is simple, and you can make it to be your very own, whatever way that is. And here are some options for you. So option 1 is a notebook or a journal. At the end of the day, just write 1 to 3 things you did that effort or brought you a moment of peace. Examples are: I made a meal, I let myself rest, I texted a friend back. Option 2, digital notes or voice memos. So here you can use your phone to jot down a quick note or even record a short voice message. This works especially well if writing, of course, is going to lead to us being overwhelmed. And option number 3 is sticky notes or a win jar. Write 1 win per day on a sticky note or slip of paper. Collect them in a jar to revisit again at the end of the week or at the end of the month. And here's some tips to add to that. Add sensory wins too. So we're not just looking at maybe behavioral wins or mental wins. Sensory wins can also be a good one. So I noticed the warm sunlight. I enjoyed the smell of my coffee. I felt comfort in my blanket. These logs aren't just lists, but they're actual proof that you are winning. Because depression really does have us focus on all the negative. It's a script that we write over and over again. So if we have something tangible to come back to, then we can start saying, no, we really are doing something. And we can notice this at the end of the day, and then we can compile it and look at them at the end of the weeks and then at the end of the months. So, where do we go next from here? Well, what about days that feel empty, right? Where we're kind of just really sluggish and don't want to do anything. So some days will feel like you have nothing to write, like you didn't do anything. But there is always going to be something. So on tough days, look for survival wins. Got out of bed, I drank water. Look for choice wins. I took a shower even when I didn't want to. I paused before judging myself. And quiet wins. I sat outside for 2 minutes. I cried instead of bottling it up. And if you really can't think of anything at all for that day, write down, I made it through today. Because that is a win and that is enough. And so here we are at the end of the video. So let's recap here. So to wrap up, your daily win log is a safe place to gather proof of your effort and your presence. It's not about big milestones. It's about honoring those small moments that depression tries to erase for us. And 1 sentence a day is all it takes to start shifting the story that you tell yourself. And of course, this isn't going to happen like one day and the story starts shifting where we're writing 1 sentence. This is going to be built up over time where we kind of write more and more. So in the next episode, we'll talk about finding beauty even on those hard days. How to notice moments of light and glimmers of goodness, even when the world does feel gray. So here's the comment section. This is where you get to comment on anything in the video or anything really that's going on with your life, whether that's depression or another big emotion. But if you're unsure what to comment, here is something that may help you. What's one small win you'd write in your log today? Remember, you're already doing better than your mind gives you credit for, and this log is just your way of showing yourself the truth in the end. And so here we are at the next portion that I like, and that is for the journals that I have created. There is an author link to go to find them on Amazon. And these journals are really a complement to these videos where you can continue the journey of exploring yourself, creating healthy habits, and hopefully decreasing those unhealthy habits we don't want. There's a beach journal, self-love, discovery and discipline journal, and an anxiety journal. And then there's a children's book for your own kids where they can then come and learn about bravery, their own courage, and their own spark. And of course, at the end, there are worksheets for them to complete. Perhaps they may need your help, but it's a place for a kid to go to understand what their own courage is and their own bravery is themselves, and of course their own spark to start them getting on the path and hopefully staying on the path of healthy behaviors and a healthy mental thought processes. Thanks, and if you liked this video at all, please like it, share it, subscribe,